we were just having a debate at the table because apparently we couldn't remember the details. Father Bennett, season 1 ended very poorly for him. I was like, he died. Did he die?
No, I didn't.
I mean, obviously you're here.
Or now you're playing the demon.
Who knows, right? Yeah, who knows? No, he starts off this season. He's back at the Vatican, and obviously he's got some big questions to ask. You know, he wants to know.
No, he there was an episode where he reappeared after he got the bag on his head. Then he reappeared tied to the chair. We were both tied to the chair. Then we escaped.
And we escaped.
Yeah.
And there is
we escaped.
Scene at the
We escaped. I slashed his throat. Yeah.
At the dinner, right?
Yeah. There was a scene with the Pope that never made the final cut. That Kurt was in as well. There's a little scene in a diner where he says, you know, go off and don't get into any trouble. But that was a whole scene with the Pope that didn't make the final cut. And it was a great scene.
So what are you excited about for season 2 since you left the family behind, you're in a new location, it's been 6 months later, what are you excited about this season?
Well, specifically that we can talk about the second season. Everything happened so fast, and they received the news like in May or something, right? So everything moved very quickly, and actually I'm very excited to be part of this second season and to be part of this camaraderie that is gonna take place into set and in the story.
I think it's really great that we've now, from there being slight hesitation amongst people when we were here before, that you can't turn this movie and this great novel into a TV show. How dare you? People have like such ownership of it, and we had to kind of pay service to both those works in season 1, and now that that's kind of out of the way, we can sort of unleash and make our own show, which is really exciting. And we're really kind of like amazingly thankful that the fans kind of stuck with it. And there was a huge turnaround as well, you know, when it was announced that we were making it. People on Twitter were really, really, really negative. I was one of those people. Were you? So negative, going, how can you do this? What are you doing? This is a terrible idea. I hate Fox. I'm never going to watch you again.
Oh, no, I hate Fox.
And then suddenly it was great to see that turnaround that happened really quickly, and the appreciation of what we were doing was brilliant. It was really, really nice to see, because we were having such a great time making it, that it was nice to see that translate into how people feel about it.
The skepticism seems to be somewhat understandable because
totally.
Not only are there so few good exorcism films as Exorcist, there's hardly any good horror TV shows.
Absolutely.
So to actually bring that subgenre and successfully do it on TV is ridiculous. Were you guys? I mean, there must be a certain level of pride that you feel in having pulled that off, because this would have been unthinkable.
I mean, I was one of those people when it got sent to me as a script. I was doing pilot season in LA, and it plopped into my memory. It's my favorite. I'm a massive horror fan. It's my favorite horror movie, and I didn't read it. I was like, I'm remaking that. It's like, it's just, you can't. It's a holy grail. And then my agent said, read it. I think you're gonna like it. And a third of the way in, and Marcus was written as a 30-year-old American in that version. I was like, this is mine. No one else is going to have this job. I'm going to go in and prove to them that I'm their Marcus. But I wanted to do it that badly. So, I felt those same things too.
Can you talk about the changing dynamic between Marcus and Tomas this season 2? Because, I mean, we talked in season 1, I was like, you're the Jedi and he's the Padawan, but now it feels like things are kind of shifting a bit. Can you go into that?
Yes, both. In the case of Tomas says goodbye to his life in Chicago, his comfort zone. He says goodbye to his congregation, to his family in a certain way, and he joins Marcus in this quest and in this new life that is full of risks, full of dangers, and at the same time this relationship between pupil and teacher starts to build up. And how can I say this? Tomas in this he's trying to finesse his abilities, and in this quest, or in this him trying to discover his essence as an exorcist, he starts to take risks that he shouldn't take in Marcus' perspective, and that starts to generate some friction, and that is going to be something that is going to be important through the arc of the second season.
Besides the demons, do you think this shows an opportunity to sort of explore good and evil within us, within this world?
Yeah.
And I wonder what sort of comments you think it's making on our observations.
Well, I think any kind of good horror as a genre, if it's really good, comments on the world that it comes from, as the science fiction. We were talking about that earlier, and I think there's a lot of feeling in the world, wherever you are, really, that your lives are being taken over, and everything that you hold dear is being sort of devalued, and I think that's why there are particularly a lot of possession movies, TV being made at the moment, because it sort of feels that that's in the air, and you want someone to come in and rescue it all, and rescue our lives from, what we see happening around us. So I think it's a really good trope for doing that, to explore that.
How much as an ally is going to be banned for these guys? Because in the first season, the first part of the first season, you're like always fighting with your character, and right now, where do you stand?
Good question. I mean, we'll see. Don't want to spoil anything, and we don't know too much past a few seasons themselves. But I guess Bennett's got bigger fish to fry as well. To be honest, this season he's got bigger problems with the Vatican and the whole institution of the Catholic Church, and how corrupt is that, and what's he going to do about that? But in terms of his link with these guys in relationship, I think I don't think they've kind of passed with flying colours or anything yet. He's a guy that keeps everybody at arm's distance. Before he kind of decides whether he can trust them or not. But sure, hopefully there'll be some stuff between the two of them, between the three of them.
Now that Marcus no longer has a collar, how has that changed him?
You're going to see that impact on him a lot this season, and I think that when he was excommunicated, he's always had the Catholic Church there as a structure that he's fought against and pretended he hasn't liked, but it's been there as a structure, the only structure that he's ever had in his life, really, from being a little kid. And now that he hasn't got that, I think he's rudderless, but there's also a humanity that has started because of working closely with another person. There's a sort of humanity that started to appear in him. And he's going to go through stuff as someone my age for the first time in his life in this series, and I'm really looking forward to playing that.
And what can you tell us about the new case that you have, guys? I believe it's in Montana, is that right? What can you tell us about that? It's another girl. It's John Cho plays.
Yeah,
who plays that?
it's a family in the woods that live in the woods, and it's a man who's a social worker that John plays, and there are five foster kids in his care, and so that's the family that the evil takes root in. It's so hard, isn't it? You just kind of want to go, and then this happens.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.